All right, guys. Welcome to our first team call of 2017. Yay! So glad you guys are all here. We are going to be doing these weekly on Monday, 8:30 to 9:15. I specifically did that for a purpose, which you'll find out eventually. So they're just standing, whatever one you can make, hop on, but they're going to be every Monday. I'm going to be here. It's my goal that our team legitimately, we just blow up this year. Because I want everybody to be successful.
I guess it's a loaded question.
Worth it for all of you guys. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mute you. That's okay. Because I want you guys to get out of this business everything you put into it, and you guys put in so much heart. So my goal this year is for everybody, my goal for you guys, everybody, I really want you to just meet your financial goals, meet your personal goals, meet the goals that you want. If you were on the call, the National Wake Up Call, no, it wasn't the National Wake Up Call. It was a PD that I listened to today, so you didn't hear it. But one of the big things, one of the girls was talking about how going diamond in her business was the most meaningful thing to her, because it meant she had laid such a foundation for her business. Regardless if she planned to go further than that or not, diamond was just this amazing achievement. And I can really attest to that. I thought, oh my God, so out of reach, never going to happen. And when I reached it, I was like, this feels so good. And you can be a diamond and, have a better income than someone who's a 5-star diamond. So it's all about working the business, figuring out the ins and outs, and really just building a good foundation. So that's my goal for everybody this year, that I hope I can help you build that. So, all right, let's see. I'm just going to bring up, I did a few slides. I did nothing fancy because I don't go fancy. But, oh, you guys can't see that because I didn't share my screen. Okay. All right. Everybody can see a little bit? See? Yes? Okay. So pretty much what we want to do tonight is we just want to get the year started off right. We want to go over some things that we all heard at Super Saturday, our takeaways. 2 of our leaders were there, Kyla and Jody, and they were at the one in DC. I went to the one in Philly with a bunch of girls. We both heard from great people, so we just have a lot we want to share with you guys. I want to give a quick shout out to our Success Club point earners. As of today, almost tomorrow's the 10th, so 10 days into the month and everybody's already putting up points on the board. That is really what is going to move your business forward. Even if your name's not on the board and you're, doing the daily activities and putting value out there to people, that still matters. Just means we kind of have to expand your network and get it growing a little bit. Okay, so the GSR that is going to be on this Thursday night. Well, there's the first one's Thursday night, but GSR, if you don't know, stands for Getting Started Right Call. Typically, coaches. Oh, okay. Typically, coaches do these when they bring a coach into the business, and it's someone that they want the person wants to work the business. You do a GSR with them and get them ready. What I kind of wanted to do, or wanted to help you guys do, is kind of set up a GSR with anyone that signs on as a coach with you, but you would talk about different things. So someone who works the business, obviously, or who wants to learn about the business and work it, you're obviously going to teach them, you're talk to them about different things. You're going to get their rank goals, personal goals, financial goals. You're going to see how much time they have to work the business every day. You're going to see how comfortable they are, expanding their network. How many new people do they want to add each day to their network? how many people do they feel comfortable with each day sending a private message to connect with. You're going to be doing those things, and you're going to kind of be reverse engineering with them backwards on how to reach those goals. You can also do GSRs with people that sign up as discount coaches, because number one, you never want to discount a discount coach. You never know when that person is just going to be like, I want to pay this forward. And sometimes your longest discount coaches turn out to be like your best rock star coach. But when you're on a call with them, if they want to hop on a call with you, like 15, 20 minutes, whatever, you could talk about their health and fitness goals with them and like legitimately give them more of a one-on-one about their program. That's what I would do with someone who signed on as a discount coach. I'd pretty much just explain to them what they get as a discount coach, what they can earn from it if they want to go into the business. I would just share a little bit, but really I would get from them what they want out of it. Tell them about the discount, tell them about what they can get at 25% off, figure out what program they're going to commit to if we haven't already talked about it. And then, say they're like, oh, I'm going to do size. Then, maybe you can bring up the PDF and you can go through questions with them. I think that's like something else of value we can add for people who sign up as discount coaches. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to be doing 2 a month for the team for the downline. So if you want one of your new coaches to hop on, I'm going to be going over just different things about their, let's see. I am prepared. I'm going to be going over like your why. You have to be a product of our product and being, committed to a program, sharing your results, adding to your network. I'm going to be kind of going over those things, but like basics. So I'm going to do one in the evening, one during the day, twice a month. The only requirement is I ask that you get on with your coach, because I think it shows them that you're invested in them if you get on with them. So whichever one you guys can make it to. This first one is Thursday night, 8:30. And the Zoom link is there. And the next one during the day is in a couple weeks. Let's see. Okay, so this is exciting. 2018 Success Club trip. A lot of you probably already know the one for this year coming up is at the Hard Rock in Punta Cana. So Success Club trip is when the previous year you hit Success Club and you just earn points and they put it towards you going on a free trip. Beachbody, this is pretty much you earn this trip for working the business and hitting Success Club 5 or 10 every month. And it's free. They pay for you for 5 days. It's all inclusive. You can earn trip dollars to spend like at the spa, shops, whatever. You just have to pay for your airfare to get there. So I'm going to be going on the one in April to Punta Cana, and I'm super excited because I've never kind of won anything like that before. So it's awesome. But I want you guys to have the details on how to potentially qualify for next year's, because here's the thing. I said it's based off of what you do the previous year. So technically the 2018 trip, we start registration next week. They're going to open up registration for everyone. And you're going to be kind of invited off a list based off your activity over the last year. If you're a new coach, I don't care if you are a coach that's been with us and you haven't hit Success Club. I don't care. If you can get onto that website and you can register and get on the wait list, I highly advise you guys to do that. The first year, my upline did not tell me about this opportunity, and I found out about it, I'd say probably, I started this time of year. I found out about it probably in July or August, and I signed up for the wait list. And when the trip came around, people start, they can't go, they come off like they can't get a babysitter, whatever. So they drop their spots, and you get invited off the wait list. So I was 11,000 on the wait list. I have 2 friends who are in the 7,000s, and they got invited off, and they went to the trip last year. So it doesn't matter really where you are, but if you are going to be working the business, I would definitely get your name on that wait list. And just make sure you check your emails and your spam, because when you do come off the wait list, you only have like 96 hours to respond. And I know it's happened to some people on the team where they didn't get it in time, and so they had to go back on the wait list. I don't want that to happen to everybody. Happen to anybody. Let's see. So that's it. I don't do slides that much. So okay. There will be a wait list. So, because you never know who is qualified as of right now, who might not be working the business in the next like 6 months, or who might not be able to go. So they're going to have other spots that they need to fill, I would hope. So I would just say, register if you can and get on the wait list. But did you hear that there wasn't a wait list, Jody?
Gabe, can you stay with Isabel? I guess I might have misunderstood. I thought that you would get invited to even register to go on the trip based on them, like based on where you're qualifying. So, and I may have misunderstood. I just thought that even to be on a list period, you had to be invited.
So I think that, so here's the thing. When you are a certain rank, like today, anybody who was an elite coach, so you guys all saw last week, like people got those phone calls and everything, they all got to register today. Then it's like another group of people. Then it's another group of people. Well, if you didn't hit these like specific goals, it's based off of you hitting Success Club last year. So once they probably go through those people, then there still may or may not be spots. So,
Gotcha.
But we can keep an eye on it. 2 waves again. Why didn't my thing come up? Oh, it did. Okay. 2 waves again. It's in April of 2018, and you do have to choose your wave when you register. Okay. So I just wanted to, I'm going to toss it over to Kyla, and then we can go to Jody, and then we can come back to me for our Super Saturday takeaways. If that's cool. Okay, so yeah. I'll mute myself, and Kyla, take it away.
All right, excellent. Can somebody give me a head nod just so I make sure that you can hear me? Yeah. Okay. The volume on my iPad is like a little funky sometimes. That's why I have this in. So I just wanted to make sure. So Jody and Sarah and myself attended. You guys are all frozen on my screen. What the heck? Is this me or you?
I can still hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, excellent. All right, I'm just going to keep rolling in. So Jody and Sarah and myself were in DC for Super Saturday this past weekend. And since, our team is now growing and large enough to be able to attend multiple different events, I just wanted to share some takeaways from our event. And we had a guest speaker who's Jeff Ring, okay? And he is a Facebook specialist. And he specializes in Facebook advertising, and specifically with Beachbody. So you may see his ads like pop up on your Facebook feed. I hadn't really paid much attention to them until he was speaking, and then I was like, oh, I definitely recognize that face. So he basically, his entire presentation was a list of mistakes that we are all currently doing in regards to using Facebook for our business. And I regrettably do not have any slides just yet, because at home I only have an iPad. So, and I had a snow day today. So I did not use the work computer to make a presentation, but I'll throw something up into the team page later. So you can just listen and jot down notes if you feel like it. So first and foremost, mistakes that we are all using, not all of us, but some of us using most of these on Facebook. First and foremost is not using a like page. So right there, the very first one, that's me. I'm guilty of it. Have not taken the time yet to create that. It seems like an incredibly overwhelming task to me to keep up with my own social media as it is, let alone throw something else into the mix. But listen, this is where it's at. So it's on my list of things. I'm making it happen. New in 2017 is my like page, so look for it. So this is important. Like, this is where things are headed. And a lot of people on our team do have one. Brittany has one. Sarah has one. Carrie Briscoe and Megan both do a really good job of putting excellent content in theirs and then sharing it to their own page. So I always see, what's going on their like page. And basically, if you stick with this for long enough and your business grows, you're going to be forced into that route anyways. So you might as well go ahead and establish an audience and a name and a page and start getting some traction there, because you don't have any cap on the number of friends that you can have for a business page. It gives you data back as far as who you're reaching, who's engaging with your page, how many likes, what kinds of things you're posting, that are gaining traction. It's a much more professional image of yourself that you're putting out there. It shows that you truly are a business, and you can directly, target your specific audience. And that's something that's really important. And with our Facebook, our general personal pages, that's not happening. We don't have a lot of control over who is seeing our posts aside from the people that we interact with the most. So we all see each other's stuff every single day because we have a lot of interaction with each other, but it's difficult to tell who else there is actually seeing our posts. But you can really target your audience and say who you want to reach with the like page. It's also public. So like, you'll show up in a search engine if people search the right things. Like, you are a business. This is a public business page. So you just have a lot more reach, and the potential is just much, much bigger. So it probably seems at first like it's a lot of work for nothing, because you are typically not going to get as many likes on that you might on your personal page with your friends from high school liking things, but it's where it's at, and it's definitely the future. So I would encourage us all to stop making mistake number one, which is not using a like page, even though a good amount of you on this call are. So that's on my goal list for this year. Number two, not dialing into your, what they call avatar. And Ben has talked about this before. So this is marketing to and speaking to your person, your client, people that are like you. So you don't necessarily need to be making your Facebook post for everything in the world, everyone. Don't make, a multi-paragraph post that speaks a little bit to this kind of person and a little bit to that kind of person. Really try to hone in and speak to one person, so that if I'm reading it and I'm thinking, wow, this person gets me. And the people that you're going to connect with the most, and the people that you're going to run with and they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing and your movement, are those that are most like you. That's not to say that we don't have different personalities, even just on this team, or different likes or interests or age categories. We're all individuals, but you connected with something about your coach. So that's where you're going to experience the most success, is if you are speaking to your target audience and the people that are most like you. Number three, not doing enough live video. Okay. That can be scary, live video, but Facebook loves it. Okay. So the more you go live on your Facebook page, the more love Facebook is going to show you. They have an algorithm and they love videos. Okay. So they're going to show you more love, and your videos are going to get more traction. People are going to see them more. You can see how many people view your video, which is always cool to see, as opposed to a post might only get 2 likes. But so many people are seeing it, but your video, you can actually see how many people took the time to watch it, at least part of it, and view it. So it gets more engagement. People want to tune in and see what you're saying, especially if you throw up a little caption that's kind of intriguing, and people might want to see what it is. I've done it a few times. Again, something I'm working on that I need to do more of. But make sure you're speaking with a purpose. Like, let's not do live videos, like, of my cat eating a treat necessarily every single day. We want to make sure, that we're providing value and good content. So it's scary, but it's also kind of fun. Like, you do it, and then when you're done, you're like, well, yeah, Sarah, your cat's cute. But, you do it, and then you kind of feel accomplished, and you're like, yeah, I did that. And then you get some feedback, you get some reaction. I've never done anything where someone commented and was like, oh my God, why did you go live on Facebook? That was so stupid. You look ridiculous. Never. No. And if so, delete that person. So it's scary, but it's good. And Facebook likes it. So another thing, not connecting enough with your audience. So, right, not your people. So you want to make sure you're connecting with your audience that's out there. And the people that are liking your posts over and over again, the people that are engaging with you and commenting. We don't just put up posts just to get likes and then move on from it. We do it to engage people, to connect with them, to find out what people like, what kind of content we're providing that they like. So use that. Do posts that draw in engagement. So ask questions, end a post with a question. So it forces people to comment below and engage in a conversation. And it does not at all have to be health and fitness related necessarily. It can be, do you like A or B better? Last year, Jody had an event she was going to, and she posted 2 pictures of herself in 2 different outfits and asked like which one people like best. And she had like 100 and some comments of people just weighing in. Like, people like to give their opinion. They like feeling like their opinion matters. So if you do those kinds of things, like options, people really like that. If you ask for help with something, people like to give their advice. And all of these things engage people in your content, in your page, and you start to show up more in their feed and vice versa. And you're actually interacting with people instead of just posting static posts that might be getting, likes, but it's, interactment. The 5th one is not posting enough. So we talk about this a decent amount. They say 3 to 5 times a day. That can be tough sometimes for people depending upon their work schedules. But I would say at a bare minimum, it needs to be 2 times, a morning and a night. And that's a bare minimum. Anything else you can throw in there in between is added bonus and would be, recommended. So he also said, and I don't know anybody else's take on this, but his recommendation was, don't boost your posts. Okay. And this is for those of us that have like pages. He said it's totally pointless and it's not really getting anywhere, and it's just shooting it out into the wild, wild world. So a boost post means that you are paying to have, something's happening in the chat. What I said wasn't funny. You're paying to have your post on your like page be seen by more people, but it's not necessarily your targeted audience. It just kind of throws it out into the general public. So there is something on Facebook called Power Editor that you can use instead to reach more people, but more of your targeted audience. So he said, stop wasting our money boosting posts. And the last mistake is people not providing real value on their page and in their posts. And again, this is something that Megan really drives home with us a lot. And I think we all are pretty good about this. But making sure that you are giving to people, you're giving them value, you're giving them content, you're giving them a reason to come to your page. It's definitely something that I struggle with a little bit because I just feel like I haven't necessarily found my niche as far as like what I'm an expert at. But what I have found that I give people is humor. That's kind of like become my thing. Like I provide, like I have a lot of humor in my posts. And it just kind of is, it's just my personality. So that comes natural to me. But I get a lot of like interaction on that kind of stuff. So I'm working to find, other things that work for me, but we want to give them a reason. Facebook is full of negativity and whiners and complainers. And, Jody does a really good job about being like Miss positivity out there, and she gives, and it's become her thing. And a lot of people recognize her for that and say, thank you so much for all of your positivity. Like, I've seen that on her post before. So, giveaways, even like giving away freebies, talking about your free groups. We just want to make sure that if people are taking the time to read our posts, to interact with us, and to come to our page, that we're giving something to them, something worth their time. And then the last thing that I'm just going to say that was a takeaway from this was, he said, in order to learn more about yourself, a good exercise is to have somebody interview you and ask you questions about your life, maybe about growing up, about hard times you've been through, about struggles, just basically like a basic interview. And you can find online like all kinds of just like blank interview questions, and have someone else interview you and record the interview. And then within your responses to that, it's kind of therapeutic, first of all. And then you can learn more about yourself, and it gives you some content to put out there. So it gives you some things that you may not have thought about before that you would want to share or be willing to share. So I hadn't heard that before, and I thought that was kind of interesting, that he was like, you can take that interview and there you have like 10, posts right there. You just have to kind of rework them, and share something about your life that people are going to connect with. So that was our training from Jesse Reagan. And if you look him up on Facebook, it's Jesse, Jesse Reagan, Regan, social team builder. And he has lots of like live videos and good stuff just on his page. And he does all kinds of free stuff. And I think he just started a free group today. So I would definitely say look him up, because Facebook is where it's at right now. And I hope that it stays that way, because I hate Instagram. Okay. Jody, all you, boo.
All right. So I just want to address the elephant in the room that I do still have my Christmas tree up. So no judgment, please. But anyway, what Angie Belmar said at Super Saturday really tied in well to the presentation about Social Team Builder. It was really a lot about building your brand and how to attract an audience to you. So some things that she said to think about is what makes you you. So what are your hobbies? What are your passions? What are your interests? What's your motivation? What's your daily life like? What skills do you have? Do you have a family? What's your family life like? And what knowledge do you have to bring to the table? So a little introspection really can go a long way with this business. So with regards to that, she said there are some questions that she thought would be a positive thing to ask yourself when you're thinking about what do I post on social media, and who am I, and what presence do I want to create on social media. So think about, again, and Jesse talked about this stuff too, but what struggles you've overcome in your life. And it doesn't have to be that you gained weight and you're unhappy. For me, like, I had a different upbringing than the average mom and dad. My grandparents raised me. So that's something special that I bring to the table that can connect with other people. You can think about like what inspired you today. Did somebody do a random act of kindness? Did you watch somebody pay for the Starbucks of the lady behind them? Did that inspire you to like pay it forward today? How did the old you think versus how you think now? What motivated you to make a change? And again, it doesn't have to be a change in your health and fitness. It can be a change in your life in general. Why you started reading more, just things that people can relate to. What excites you? What are your biggest excuses in life? And again, that could just be like, I make excuses like not to put the dishes in the dishwasher even though it's empty. So, it could be something stupid, but that's going to bring engagement to your page. And then what are your plans to conquer those excuses? How can you be better every single day to make less and less excuses? Again, and Meg has talked about this in the past, but for some of you newbie coaches, this might be like a good thing for you to hear. Don't get crazy with social media. You don't have to be on every single platform do what you know best and do what you do well. So like for me, that's Facebook. Like that's my jam. I am on Instagram and I have gotten customers from there, but it's really just like out of pure luck. Like I don't spend a lot of time digging through Instagram because I know that it's not where I'm most comfortable. So make sure you're spending time on your platform, no more than 2, she suggested. So spend time on the platform that you're good at. So as far as finding your people, like how do you find your people? Well, you find your people by being you and being unapologetically you. So, go live, be unfiltered, just share your life. Obviously, again, maybe you don't want to share giving a treat to your cat, but maybe that's like a really big part of your life. So like if that is something that makes you you, then make sure that you're doing it with a purpose. Don't just do it just to do it. Like I've seen some people go live and it's literally like, what am I watching? I don't even understand what I'm watching. So be intentional with your live videos and being unfiltered. She was talking about being real. Don't sell, never sell. And we all have made that mistake. Like each and every one of us on this call has made that mistake. And maybe some of us are continuing to make it, but don't sell. Make sure that you're adding value in your posts and that you're sharing your knowledge no matter what it is. That can be about your personal development. It can be about, your food and your fitness, but it can even be, something that has nothing to do with that. She also was talking about being very specific in your posts. Again, don't try to reach every audience. Try to reach one person. Be the hero that you could use in your life. So if you know that, there's something that somebody could have posted that would have inspired you to like be better every day, then be that person because that's who you're going to reach. And then one thing that she actually talked about, and this was probably my biggest takeaway, was the 1 in 7 method. And what that was adding value for 7 days. So, intentional posts for 7 days that add value. And then for 6 days. And then on the 7th day is when you do your invite post. So some of us tend to invite on every single post that we make. And again, I have made that same mistake. But what she's saying is basically build a story that leads up to you inviting on Sunday night or however you want to organize your week. But that was a really big takeaway. I kind of never thought about like building my posts to that invite post. I think that's pretty much what I got as far as what Angie said. But I mean, Angie has done really awesome. She is one of the top coaches this year. So, I appreciate what she had to offer us. So that's all. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks. I like that, the 1 in 7, because I know we've talked about before and heard about like the jab, 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 right hook. Yeah. Jab, jab, jab. And like that can be like, well, how many times do we jab? But I like that, the 1 in 7. So that's a good rule of thumb. Thanks, girls. I appreciate it. So I actually was taking notes and I thought that it was, let me see. So going back to the like page, like Kyla was talking about, I created my like page when I was about 6 months into the business, and I hadn't gone diamond yet. So my theory behind the like page, and from my experience, is, guys, I created it on my iPad on my couch down the beach in like an hour at nap time. And the hardest part was picking my cover photo. So don't feel like it's overwhelming, because it's not. But what you do and what I find is easiest and what I've learned is you just put the same content out there. So you're not creating 2 sets of different content. whatever you're going to create for your motivation in the morning, you're just going to put it on your like page also, because that way at least you're starting to build your like page. You don't want to get to the point where, you know, people are starting to not respond to your friend requests on your personal page, things like that. And then you go to create a like page and you have like 3 posts on there and people look at it and they're like, oh, there's not much there. Well, I'm going to go to like, you know, Janine's page because she created it like day 1 of her coaching and there's shit ton of content and I can just keep going down a rabbit hole here and learn. So I don't think it takes you any more time. I think you just have to make sure you share it on both. And I encourage you to share from your like page to your personal page once a day, but otherwise just copy the text and post it on your personal page. Because I'm telling you, nobody's going to see that you posted the same thing in both places. And I forget who it was. Oh, Bonnie Engel. She didn't say this weekend at Super Saturday, but she said it before, that she posts the same stuff on both her pages. And it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like people are like, oh, well, I saw this on Bonnie's personal page and then I saw this on her like page. Like, can't she come up with something? Like, no, somebody's either following her personal or following her like. Like, that's it. So it's not that hard. Don't be overwhelmed by it. I'd say in the beginning, just do like a Motivation Monday. Then if you do your Transformation Tuesday every week, you know, put that on there. Wednesday, like, I don't know, what did you eat, or Workout Wednesday or Water Wednesday. Just one thing a day. And then, but also that can be on your personal page. So, and then I'm going to do a going live training or a call, because I think that's important for you guys, and about the ads. So somehow one day, a few weeks ago, I got caught going down a rabbit hole on YouTube, which never happens, because that stuff just like makes me anxious. And I found this video that explained to me how to create an ad on Facebook. Not like you just hit the button boost and that's it. Like, you go in, create a specific ad with one of your posts, and you legitimately pick all the criteria. You pick your avatar, basically. But there was an extra tip in there that's not in most things I've seen, including like things with Josh Coates and things like that I've done, that there's like, you pick, like, for instance, let's say, so I wanted the post to go to people that were new moms, whatever. And then there's a tab that says include or exclude. And so I said that it had to be a mom and included liking baby products. Like, what does that even mean? But exclude anyone who liked Autumn Calabrese or Carl Deichler. And I don't know if you guys have seen my one pan meal prep post come up as a sponsored ad or anything. But I don't know how I did that. I used that ad set. I did it right somehow, and I've gotten like 25,000 like as my organic reach. So not paid, like I didn't pay for it to reach that many people. Somehow it's just showed up. So my like page in the last week, I've only ran it for a week, has gone from 700 followers and I'm almost to 1,000. I've gotten like so many people I can now message and be like, thank you for liking my page. And they're all normal people. It's not those crazy people you're like, how are these people coming up in my thing? So I'm going to legitimately go through that, write it down step by step. But then you guys, when you make your like pages, and I did it for $15 for the week. Like, that was nothing. So you guys will figure out your like who to include and exclude thing, but we'll do that. And okay, so I just kind of wanted to touch real quick on what Bonnie said at ours. So she had a really great backstory, but I'm not going to go into that. It's kind of long. But okay, a good takeaway that I took from her was she said that when a lot of us are posting, we post with the mentality of what to why. So what, how, and the why. when really you need to be posting from the why to the what, which that sounds confusing, but I'm going to explain. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you two. One that is non-Beachbody related. So the what to the why, the wrong way. She said, Microsoft versus Apple. So Microsoft posted that they created this brand new machine that does X, Y, and Z for so many amount of dollars, and you're going to have good pictures of your family for life. But they started out with, we've created this amazing machine that is only this amount of money and, can do this, this, and this. And they talked about their product. They led with their product. Whereas she's went to say Apple's post is like this. Here at Apple, we believe in family. We believe in what you do at home matters most. So we've created this incredible machine that does this, this, and this to capture those memories for you. Okay, now I'm going to give you a Beachbody one. So the what to the why, the wrong way. She said, you could just post, we have this brand new all access pass launching for $199. You got to get it. It's going to help you work out at home every day. It's the best deal out there. Then the why to the what, the correct way. She said that she would say, all of my life, it's been hard choosing what program to do with all of the diets and programs out there. So many have stopped me from getting results. But then I figured out that Beachbody has this all access pass that you can have from home every day. So did that kind of make sense? Did you see the one way versus the other way? So what I actually did last night, and this would be like a good exercise for you guys to do, is, and I have actually seen it in my posts, like I've done the what to the why. So typically I would start out with like, I used to work night shift, used to miss holidays and birthdays with my husband. But ever since I got involved in, creating my own business from home and stepping outside of my comfort zone, now I can actually be around for my kid and never miss a field trip, never miss, a snow day, and not have somebody else dictate what I'm going to be doing that day. And then I switched, so I wrote it and it came out that way, but then I just flipped it. So the last part was really the part that is like the why, which you should lead with. Like, it's important to me that I'm able to be with my son as he grows up and be there, on the days that things are not normal, and that I want to be there and never miss a birthday and never miss a holiday. And through this coaching opportunity, I've been able to supplement our one income and be able to stay home, alleviating somebody else having to tell me when and if I'm going to have off for Christmas, sort of thing. But you can kind of do that in multiple ways. Doesn't have to be coaching, doesn't have to be whatever. So I thought that was really interesting. And what else did she say? Okay. I think it's a really good idea too for everybody, since it's brand new year. Get yourself a mission statement. Doesn't matter if you're just a coach, if you're a diamond coach, if you have one challenger or 20. You need something that sets you apart from the noise on Facebook. So in this mission statement, it's not about, I want to be diamond. I want to be able to quit my job. I want to be, 5-star elite this year. It needs to be what's going to set you apart, what's going to make you different. You need to lead and look at it as helping others, legitimately. I can't tell you enough how many people come into this and they're like, I want to be diamond by this date. I want to do this by this date. I want to make $500 next month. And yes, we can definitely make those things happen, and they've all been done, but it takes work. So more work than our hour of work a day. So if you want to hustle hard, I will hustle hard with you and get there. But if you also want to, do it the right way and have the longevity, put the people first, do the hard work, dig yourself out every day in the trenches, and find a mission statement that's actually like helping and leading others. So kind of like my Be Fit, Be Free, to empower other people. Where's my shirt? I forget it. To be free from whatever has held them back in life. It says nothing about me, like going diamond, 2-star, whatever. But when I keep that at my forefront, helping other people be free from like literally the shit that's held them back, that is when I see my business going forward. Okay, let's see. If you are having, I'll just wrap it up with this. So she said, people always ask her, so she's number 2 in the company, what are you doing, Bonnie, that's so different? What's your secret sauce? And guys, I even can tell you there is no secret sauce. You just have to be doing the vital behaviors every day. And she said for someone like where she's at right now in her business, for 70% of the time she works every day, it's doing the vital behaviors. So anything extra, like all her trainings, pouring into like however many diamonds she has and all that jazz, it's really not that much. It's her doing her vital behaviors, her reaching out to people, her making connections and growing her network and putting out value. She said, if you're having trouble hitting Success Club, it's probably because you're not committed to a program. You're probably not, you haven't started and finished. You're not giving the people the opportunity to prove them wrong, that you can push past whatever is there. Not showing up every day no matter what. Yep, that was in my thing. Running sneak peeks into challenge groups. So I know a lot of you have seen like my coaching opportunity, or you've been in our coaching opportunity calls and things like that. She had a really great thing that was doing sneak peeks like that, but into challenge groups, because where a lot of you guys are at right now, you're needing to get challengers. I mean, that's what it is. You need to have challengers because you want them to have results and they're going to be your best coaches. So maybe think about running sneak peeks into what you do in a challenge group. Now, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, crazy. Maybe you could run it with another coach, but maybe just like a 30-minute, call, or you go live in a group. Like I think when we did those What is Coaching in the one group and we all went live for a few minutes, those have gotten the best turnouts. So if people want to like do something like that, I think that's a great idea, but it's based off of challenge groups. Let's see. She said, I thought this was good too. She said, again, don't ever think you're posting too much. She goes, literally, and I can attest to this because we have some sweet people on here who didn't see me post for one day and they messaged me. And I was like, oh my God, somebody noticed that? I was like, nobody gives a shit about me. But it's true, guys. If you, it doesn't matter how many times you post, you never know when they're going to get seen or not. But I can guarantee you, if you don't post, people are going to wonder where you're at. They are going to be curious. They're going to be like, did she stop this thing? But she equated it to this. She gave an example. It's just like if you are on a busy, city street, and I might get this wrong, but maybe Britt or Carrie can get this right. But she equated it to if you're on a busy city street and you pass by the same newsstands every day and you see the same guy running his newsstand every day consistently, always there, putting out his products, putting out his magazines, putting out his papers, and the one next to him is open sometimes. When it rains, he's maybe there, he's not. I don't know. She says, when you want that magazine, you're going to go to the guy that you've seen there day in and day out. So just keep posting and sharing and be committed to your own health and fitness. That's what people are following. And when you don't have to do some huge, big, elaborate, don't feel like when you create a post that you have to go make this meal, go show them step by step. That's not like what we're talking about. We're just talking about, even if you're going to post when you post your sweaty selfie, turn that into a moment to create value for someone else, a value of motivation. When they see you doing it, make that a value. When you post about, your Shakeology, which I encourage you to do, like, we shouldn't be afraid of it. Like, it's the backbone to our business. It's what makes the products work. It's what makes the programs work even better. And it truly is like the best nutritional supplement out there you can get. So when you share about your Shakeology, make it valuable to somebody else and have them understand why you're telling that, why you're holding this is not shake, this is take, why you're holding this up, not just because you just made breakfast in 30 seconds, but because you're a busy mom to a newborn and you don't know if you're going to get sleep, if you're going to have like the worst day of your life, but you can literally blend this in 30 seconds, have the best nutrition all day, and be able to tolerate the next 3 hours. Like something like that. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure when you reread it before you post it, you're like, if I was someone who didn't know Beachbody, if I was someone who didn't know what Shakeology was or heard of it and has like the wrong idea, would this maybe make them understand why it's actually valuable? Like that. So that's it. I don't know. I didn't keep up with chat because I just kept talking. Was there anything that I needed to answer or anything? Okay. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions? I'm trying to figure. Yeah. So what is Elite? Okay, let's talk about that. I love Elite. Elite is for Team Beachbody, their top rank in the company. So in order to be an elite coach, pretty much it means you're growing a team of leaders beneath you that are able to duplicate what you're doing and be successful. So they're hitting Success Club, they're advancing in rank, they're hitting Success Club, they're getting their challengers results, they're bringing new coaches onto the team to then pay it forward and do the same and duplicate what you just did. But how to go elite, like you pretty much do that, but there's a point process to it. And for instance, say someone is going to be 2018 elite next year, you would have to create, or you would have to have 5 diamonds in your business center. And you would have to have 135 elite points. Now, the elite points are based off of your coaches hitting Success Club. So like I said, the base or foundation. They're based off of the volume going on within your business. So that means people, trying new products, staying on Shakeo things like that. Just retaining customers. And there's another category that's just overall team growth that happens like within the downline. So the best way I can describe it is to literally say how the corporate mentors taught me. You don't worry about the points. You just legitimately aim for Success Club 5 or 10 every month, and you aim to just get people results and have them join you and pay it forward. And if you can do that, then you have every opportunity to go elite, just like the top 200 coaches did. With elite comes a lot of perks. I was telling Carrie the other day on the phone, if you are 5-star elite, you get your own personal, it's called the Diamond Line, which is, I think, besides the money bonuses, probably the best perk, because y'all know we've been waiting like crazy long hours lately, and they took off live chat to help with the bod upgrades. So you get this like private line that you legitimately go straight to a person and it's an American speaking person or an English speaking person who works straight at corporate and knows the business inside and out. So that's amazing. And I would be able to call for anybody in the downline. Like if there was an issue that you couldn't take care of, like with, this was like a serious issue. What else? You get quarterly bonuses and monthly bonuses from the company. But again, I don't really use that as like a basis to, I think it's amazing. And I would say you should all go for it. But like, I can't let that be my drive. Because they're never guaranteed. You have to hold rank each quarter. You have to make sure you're 5-star, every quarter for a certain amount of time. And it gets crazy. And then it gets people in the wrong mindset. And if you get in that mindset, you're going to lose hitting Success Club and you're going to lose building your team the right way, which kind of like the what to the why and the why to the what. Like, let's build people properly, mentor them properly, get them started right, get them results, and then you'll get the bonuses. Let's see. Yeah, so, well, the elite points are different from your Success Club points. But when you go into your back office and you see that box and it's like personal volume, Success Club points, I check there every day. I make sure I know, I go in there and I'm like, anybody I know who said they were going to order or I gave a link to, I just check it. You can click on the little number and it will bring up each person. So whether they ordered Shaco HD for a point, a challenge pack for 2 points, or the all access for 3, it'll show it there. What do you think about creating a group similar to your like page? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean, like the leggings groups. Where'd she go?
Did I do that?
I unmuted you. Go ahead.
Sorry. Did I take my video off?
I don't see your video. I'm asking you to restart your video. Okay, there you
go. The leggings group, yes, but I think like they just have a group and not a like page.
Oh, you're right.
But specifically one that sticks out in my mind, and I go back and forth between her like page and like her group to see like how much she puts into both, just to kind of get an idea of what she's doing. And you probably are in this because a ton of people are. Nicole J Boutique.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that? And she has a like page and she puts like some things. Basically, she puts the same things in each, but she gets a shit ton of engagement in the group. And I think because it's
probably like her personal, like we do on our personal, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like I think I'm friends with her on Facebook too. I don't see her post that kind of stuff on her personal, right?
No, she doesn't. Yeah. So I was looking at that and I was just thinking, would that be any benefit or
actually
just adding more?
Well, Janine kind of does something like that.
Oh,
with her with one of the groups she's had, she's just put people in it. And I feel like that's what you've done with it, Janine. You post in there like when the new products are rolling out, when there's like an incentive or something, or when you're doing a new challenge group, but you post it within the group. Is that, I've seen her do that, and I think that's kind of what I've seen in the Nikki page. And it's worked for her. I mean, she hit Success Club 9 last month.
Okay.
So, I think she's done a great job with that. I don't know if Jenny, I don't know if she can hear. Can you hear us? We're talking about you? I don't know if you feel like it's more work for you or how you feel about it, but
are you talking about the clean eating group?
Yeah, not your like page, like your like your closed group. Yeah.
I have a lot of people who are really wishy-washy. So I kind of feel like I'm giving them a little bit of a taste. It's kind of like that sneak peek that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But then I struggle with putting too much in that clean eating group and kind of mirroring it in the private or secret group. And I don't want those people in the secret group to think, oh, well, gosh, I could have just stayed over there, you know? So I think it's just whatever is comfortable for you. And this is kind of a lot of work, but I actually have a calendar printed out for each of my groups. And I literally just make an X to make sure that every day I hit each of those groups.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a little bit more work, but I'm on Facebook.
Does Brittany McBean have a like page or just that private group for her makeup?
Yeah, she has a like page and a group and also a personal page. And she does a lot more in the group as far as like letting us know about things that are coming out in advance, and she does like giveaways and stuff. So I think the people that are actually in the group probably get more. But to be in the group, I mean, there's like, I don't know, it feels like 1,000. So, I mean, there's a lot of people in there. But like we all get dumped in there after anybody does like a makeup group, and she does a lot of like fundraiser ones. That's how I got in there initially, was Lindsay Dunham did a with her, and she gave like money and points to Lindsay's son's surgery.
Oh, great.
So then after that group, like everybody like gets into the, so it's like huge group, and there's tons of engagement, and I buy all kinds of things from her that I don't need. So it works for her, but she does an excellent job of like providing great content. Like,
so, but I haven't seen her like page, but compared to like her like page, does she put way more into the group?
Yeah. She puts more into the group, like more, it's videos and tutorials and tips and makeup tricks and, you know, things like that. And
so I think in a way it's probably like having a like page. Well, it's probably their theory of having a like page, but immediately being able to reach so many more people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And which I don't have a problem with. I think it's fine. I just you know, like, well, I'm not saying you would ever do this or we would ever do this, but I feel like those people,
just dumping people in there,
that like you just dump people in, like they do, like add 100 people, and the first person to do that gets a free pair of leggings.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's not what I'm doing either. I have
no, not at all.
What I'm thinking of is that rather than dumping on people about Beachbody on my personal page, which I find some people really get annoyed with and then they disappear, that if you're asking me to be a part of the clean eating group, then I know that you're interested. So I'm going to dump. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you whatever I want to tell you, and you're going to listen to it before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
definitely.
I don't know. I mean, you can try it out and see what happens. I don't know. You never know. Like, I don't really have the right answer for you. I know you would do it right. I know you wouldn't do it like these other people, but I just want.
No, I'd have everything like written down and marked out before I even did it. That's just how
I mean, I'm curious. I'd wonder how it pan out. I mean, I can say that. I mean, it honestly, guys, like you don't have to get fancy, and you really don't have to do too much outside the box. Like, I don't want you guys putting like all this extra work on yourselves. But you know, you got to do what you think is right for your business. Number one, but number two, like you got to think about it too. Team Beachbody's been here for 10 years now, and all of these coaches just say how literally like they have it's just about when you talk to people personally. They can post till they're blue in the face, but if they're not also talking behind the scenes and just connecting, it's not going to matter. So I don't know. I mean, I think everybody, like I said, everybody has to do what they need to do. And there's nothing wrong with trying out certain things and then if things work out, run with it. If they don't, stop it.
Right.
But I would not want you to like fall into pouring your heart and soul into that and just relying on others to put people in that group.
Right.
Yeah. Brittany McBean, that girl. $100 lip gloss, Judy. Better be wedding lip gloss is all I have to say.
Sadly, no. I was like, I don't know what color I want, and she was like, oh well, there's a value pack or whatever, and I was like, no, got me. I don't know. I don't wear
You're like, how about you do my makeup for my wedding and we just call it even?
There you go.
Kyla knows about the lip bonbons.
I have one.
Just not 5 like I do.
Right. No, I just have one $22 tinted chapstick.
I'm over here with what, like my $1.99 like happy hair.
Exactly. That's all right. But seriously, that's what they're talking about when they say, like, I've heard Josh Coates say before that like people don't buy things from Amy Silverman because it's Beachbody, but because it's Amy Silverman. And I buy unique makeup from Brittany McBean because it's Brittany McBean. I do not care about makeup. I buy shit from Walmart. Like, but I love her.
I know.
She connects with me. She relates to me. I just love everything that she does, and I it's aspire to run my own business that way. She's excellent.
We love Brittany.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to Brittany. So if anybody's watching this replay in the future,
Right.
I know, right?
Gave her a lot of free press. All right, guys. So that's all I have. That's all. Super Saturday, totally worth the $20-some for the ticket. Totally worth taking the day to go to it. The next one's in April. I am probably going to go to. Did they announce anybody in DC for April?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think not yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
sometimes they did, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to look to go to a different one than Philly. So we'll just see what's going on in DC, and maybe we can make a big team one out of it there. But you got to get to it. And that's it. I mean, vitals, commit to your program, guys. This is the beginning of the year. I think a lot of people right now, they're still going through like the going down from the holidays. So there's still plenty of people that aren't even like thinking about ready to jump into anything, especially with school just starting back up, the snow this weekend. Like people are like, shit, can I just get like a week to breathe? So, this is the time they're watching. Commit to your program. I love that Britt said today, like 5 days in a row. It's been tough for her, guys, and I'm so proud of her. I mean, newborn baby,
Yes, and everyone else.
They did?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Yelling in the background of the game.
Oh, I didn't hear him. Oh, but tell your hubby also, awesome job today. I saw a
Yeah.
selfie.
Saw your posts. You're working out.
Obviously.
But guys,
Right.
like, it's just, I mean, the biggest thing I took away from Bonnie this weekend was if you're legitimately here to help other people, you just show up, no matter what your excuse is. There are people in the hospital. They showed a picture of some girl who's a coach who got hit by a car last summer, and she legit day one post-op in the hospital was still posting with a shaved head from her brain surgery, lifting like a 1 pound weight. Like she was still posting, still sharing, because there's just no, like, she needed that positivity in her life. So like, be your own light. You're going to be a light for others no matter what, but like, be your own light some days too. Just get out there and do it. That's it. Do you have one more question, Britt? Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Happy early birthday, Megan.
Oh,
Ooh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
thanks, guys. I'm really. Oh, yeah. I'll stop recording.